Today, first thing that we will be starting up with is in servomotor interfacing. I will name it as servomotor interface. Now, what is the peculiarity about servo motor is this particular servo motor is able, we will be able to control the servo motor precisely. Precisely means we can give the angle, and then as per the angle we can control this particular servo motor. So this is a micro servo and macro servo. So that micro servo servo motor, now this servo motor is having a gear mechanism inside it. It's a sort of like a DC motor itself, but there is a gear mechanism which restrict the movement of this particular servo motor in 180 degree. So this will rotate in 180 degree in the counterclockwise, and this will rotate in clockwise direction. But the restriction is it restricts, and there are limitations, there are limit switches, or there are geared action in such a fashion that it can rotate maximum of 180 degree, not more than that. If you try to make rotation more than 180 degree, then in some cases the internal locks gets broken up, and even shaking or sudden jerks or a shock to these kind of motors is not suitable. So these motors should be worked out very carefully. Now what we'll do is we'll use an Arduino again. So Arduino library, in Arduino, what we have is in the code and how to use it. Now this particular servo motor are basically very easy to connect. This is a ground line. So what we'll do is we'll connect this ground line to ground of this particular thing. Then this is a power line that we will be connecting it to a power line of 5 volt. So we'll make it as red as usual. This we will make it as black, and then this is a signal. So with that signal we will be able to drive. So we can connect it to a pin number 9 or pin number 8 or pin number 12 or pin number 13, whichever you wish. So you can connect that particular to any of this. We'll may mark it as an orange color. Now in the code, so let's go to the text part, and what I'll do is what I need is a servo motor. So I need a library. Now by default in the program, this servo motor and related to the functions related to the servo motors are not available. So to write something on this, writing the angle in which it should go, it's like a pulsating input that gets into this particular servo motor to drive it. So to have this, there is an inbuilt library. So if you see here in this, it's a download button, then this is a debug button, and this is another button. This button is in libraries. So if I click on libraries, there are so many libraries available. And even if you try to run this particular thing in the software, Arduino software on your PC, this is on the cloud right now. If you run, there are libraries available in that particular software also. So E square prom we are not using right now. IR remote we are not using. Liquid crystal display, that is LCD. We will look for that in the couple of like minutes next to this. And this is the servo that we wish to control. So we will click on include. So once we click on the include, hash include servo.h. This file has been, this line has been included in the code. Now what I can do is, to use this particular servo motor, I need to create an instance of this particular servo motor. Now what is mean by instance is this object has to be given a name. So it's kind of a structure that has been defined in that particular servo.h. So we need to name it. So let's take an example. Now what we wish is, right now in the COVID situation, right? We are in here in the COVID situation, right? So to avoid a false or avoid the contact, close contact of the people, what we'll do is we will use a servo motor for like uh, a servo motor is connected to some kind of a wiper, which will distract someone if that person is coming near to us. On this particular shaft of this particular servo motor, we will connect some kind of an a straw kind of stuff, which will be a lighter, and we will attach this in our like as a pendant, so that if someone comes near to us, this servo motor will distract that person to come near to us. Like it will alert that particular person not to come close to us. The sort of application that we will look forward for today. Now, as I told you, we'll need a instance. So what we'll do is we'll create an instance for this by writing it as servo, and name of that instance. We will name this as let's this servo motor. If I wish to use it, I will name it as my servo. So my servo will be the name that I will be using henceforth. So for my servo, whatever I will be doing, I will be utilizing it. So apart from that, I will be using angle. So I will use it as ang as an angle. So I will mark it as 0. So this is integer. I taken it as an angle 0 from that to this. Now we will not need this pin mode, and will not use this too. So we'll leave it. Now in setup, what we have done, check out. In case of setup, we have attached this particular pin number to 9, right? So now here my servo dot attach is connected to pin number 9. Try and understand this particular statement. Now this my servo dot attach, this particular my servo dot attach, this particular line, what it will do is it will connect this servo motor to a pin number 9. Now if I would have taken, मी जर याला pin number 8 ला वगैरे लावलं असतं, now if I would have connected this to pin number 8, मी जर याला पिन नंबर 8 ला वगैरे लावलं असतं, तर मला कोड मध्ये इथं काय लिहावं लागलं असतं, 8 लिहावं लागलं असतं. ठीक आहे. सो बेटर I write it in the this way. So pin number 9, that is I connected to here. So आतापर्यंत आपण सर्वो मोटरला नाव दिला माय सर्वो म्हणून. दुसरा काय दिला आपण, माय सर्वो. तो ऍक्च्युली याला टेक्निकल लँग्वेज मध्ये हँडल म्हणतात. Now, my servo is a handler of servo motor. So, servo is a structure inside this particular servo.h. Please don't worry about it. Right now, only need to understand is my servo is a handler. आपण त्याला नाव दिलंय, नाव दिलं आणि त्याला आपण अटॅच केलं. आता अटॅच कुणासोबत केलं, पिन नंबर 9 सोबत अटॅच केलं. नाउ दॅट इज युअर सेटअप. आता आपल्याला लूप मध्ये काय करायचंय, वी विश टू रोटेट इट इन 180 डिग्रीज. So from 0 to 180 degrees, what I can do is for loop. Let's take the angle equals to 0 and angle less than equal to 180 degree, and then angle plus plus, right? And now inside the angle, what I can do is, I will assign this to a servo motor. Now I wish to assign, or I need to write this angle value to a servo, to write that servo. So my servo dot write, I want to write it, right? So this angle will be written in the servo. And now this is a mechanical system, right? Servo is a mechanical system. Now for mechanical system, there is a certain amount of a delay required to be given. So I need to give some amount of delay to work it out. If I don't give a small amount of delay, there will be a jerk, sudden jerk, because at microseconds, because this particular Arduino working at a megahertz frequency will give the execution of the instruction at very fast. And if I don't give a delay, let's take a delay of 20 milliseconds only. For every 20 millisecond, this will change angle, right? And with that, what it will do is it will change the angle to a 180 degree. Let's try and demonstrate this now, right? So if I try to demonstrate this, if I try to demonstrate this, you can see that if I start the simulation, this is 180-degree rotation. Now after 180-degree rotation, it has started from zero, and that's why it's repeated and gone back. Not and it doesn't allow, because of internal combination of this gear thing, a complete 180-degree perfect achievement is highly likely. Now if I wish to go back again, now from 180 degree, I wish to go back for smooth out. So if I do it this way, angle, if I can start it with 180 and angle greater than 0, greater than equal to 0, and then angle minus minus, angle minus minus, what it will do is, if I write my servo, if I write my servo dot write again an angle with a delay of 20 milliseconds, and if I close it, now what it will do is it will continuously, no, it will go for 180-degree rotation, and then it will come back smoothly, right? Yes. Now if I now increase the speed, this is happening very smoothly. If I increase this to a 200, now you can see the difference very slowly, because for every angle it is taking 200 milliseconds as a delay, and that's why it is attaining that angle, and like 200 milliseconds it's waiting, and after 180 degree it will come back again slowly. That's the achievement. Like 1 or 2 years back, no, 1 or 2 years back, I came across one of group of the student from the mechanical department, and they came to me and asked for, sir, uh, as you know that the pranayama is very important in our life or one's life. For human beings, pranayama is very important thing. Now there is a one kriya in that is called as lom vilom. So what is mean by lom vilom is by breathing by one nozzle, point of your nose, and inhaling from one part of your nose, and exhaling from the other part of the nose. So they thought of to attach this servo motor, this to attach this servo motor, and on a म्हणजे चष्मा असतो ना, चष्मा त्याच्या फ्रेमच्या वरती असा नाकाच्या समोर, आणि त्या सर्वो मोटरच्या जो शाफ्ट आहे त्या शाफ्टला एक काठी लावून, मग आता हा विचार त्यांनी का केला की जर प्राणायाम हा एकदम चांगली गोष्ट आहे आणि त्यातला लोम विलोम, तर ज्या लोकांना हात नाहीये, अशा लोकांना जर त्यांना जर प्राणायाम करायचा असेल, आणि जर त्यांना लोम विलोम प्रक्रिया करायची असेल तर कशी करावी, मग त्यांनी तो चष्मा प्रपोज केलेला की ज्याचा सर्वो मोटरचा विचार करून आणि मग याच्या स्पीडचा कंट्रोल करून एका वेळेस म्हणजे स्पीड नुसार तो तेवढा प्रेशर त्या नाकाच्या एकाच बाजूला प्रेशर देईल, सो दॅट द अदर पार्ट विल बी ओपन, and when the other part will be open, that person can inhale, and when that will be closed, from the other side of that nose the person will exhale. So श्वासोच्छ्वास असं करायचा, त्यांनी एक प्रोजेक्ट केला. This is the simplest application you can have using servo motor. This is a kind of a life-changing scenario, and that can be built in with very like cost-effective thing, and that can be distributed to the physically challenged people, so that they will be in position to do the pranayam for their life. So this is one of the application, and apart from that, the other I told you, right? So with this, like this is the simplest thing that you can work out with the servo. And apart from that, if you wish to have like a 45-degree angle, sort of, if you wish particularly, then you can go with that too, and it will reach to that particular angle and it will stop. So you can have that too. So a different scenario you can come up with. वेगवेगळ्या सिनॅरिओज तुम्ही तयार करू शकता याच्या थ्रू. Now this is the first thing that I wanted to talk about. Now the second is related to the ultrasonic sensor. Let's work out that. So if I go with the ultrasonic sensor,